it's Jenny. Welcome back to the Bookworms Buddy. It is time for Tackle My TBR. So, I didn't do too bad this last week. Let's just get right into it. So, the first book that I read and finished last week was Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. And this is not a book that I normally read because it's on witches, immortals, you know, that kind of stuff. But years ago, you know, I read some of this stuff and I just kind of quit. I just kind of got off the kick of that. But I really loved the cover on this book, and it really did sound like it was going to be good. This is the first book in the trilogy. I believe it's a trilogy. In this book, we're following Emilia and Vittoria, and they are witches. They are twins, and all their life they've been warned by their nana about, you know, the demons of hell, the princes of hell coming back and wreaking havoc on the earth and, you know, taking up residence here and kill and suck the blood of the innocents and that kind of stuff. And they were given these pendants that were said to protect them, and they always kept them on their person their entire lives, and they felt assured and safe. But their grandmother always thought something was coming, and she'd always express that to the girls. One day Emilia was out and about, concerned about Vittoria, because Vittoria was the one that was always the one to go out and get them, you know. And Emilia was always the one that kind of stayed behind and practiced the safety and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Well, she comes across Vittoria's body, totally desecrated, and she sees the person who was standing there over Vittoria's body, and, you know, they're having a yelling match, and he ends up running off. And she doesn't know at the time it's Vittoria until she looks and sees her, and she freaks out. And that's pretty much the story. She vows that she's going to go after who this was, and she's going to find out who it was that killed her sister, and she's going to avenge her. Of course, there's so much more into the story than just that, because she kind of grows a backbone. She kind of gets really tough. I mean, not saying that she, you know, she wasn't tough. She just didn't display those emotions as much as Vittoria did. So we follow her in her cause to avenge her sister. And I loved it, you guys. I couldn't believe how good this book was. I will probably get to book 2 later this week. We'll see how my reading goes this week, but this was fantastic. I ended up giving this one 4 stars. After that one, I picked up The No-Show by Beth O'Leary. This one was on my Kindle, so I just decided that was going to be my read for the treadmill. And in this book, we're following Saban. I don't know how you say that name. It's Siobhan, but they call her Shiv as a shortage of that name. I've always just thought it was Saban. So if you guys know how to pronounce that, maybe you could let me know in the comments. So anyway, we're following Saban, Miranda, and Jane in this book. And all 3 of these women were stood up on Valentine's Day, and come to find out it was by the same man. So you're reading that and you're thinking, oh, whatever, you know, and I was thinking, do I really want to read this? Because, you know, I don't know. But, you know, it grabbed me and it pulled me in. And the story ended up being a lot different than what you would imagine the story to be. And I was thrilled by that. Like, it ended up being really good. I was thinking the whole time, you know, it's probably going to be about a 2.5 to a 3 star. I mean, there's enough there to keep me reading, but the further I got in the book, you guys, the better it became. And things start being explained. And there were some very touching moments, and yeah, you're just going to have to read it for yourself. This was what I thought was going to be like a rom-com, but it really wasn't comedic. I mean, there's parts in there, but you know, your rom-com, there's just like every other page, there's comedy too, plus romance. But that's what I thought this was going to be, but it really wasn't. It was more contemporary, I feel like. And yeah, I loved it, you guys. I ended up rating it 4 stars. I thought it was fantastic. I want to read more by Beth O'Leary, so check that one out. And then I picked up Speak No Evil. You guys know I picked this up and read the first couple pages. Well, I continued this one. It's by Leanna Gardner. This is one of the books that I got from going to the Bookworm box that we went to back in October. That's Colleen Hoover's bookstore. And this book just happened to be there, and it sounded like it was going to be good. So I picked it up. This one is, we're following Melody, and her parents have always been involved with snakes, like snake charmers or snake handlers. Not quite understanding that, but I believe it was for protection purposes or something. I don't know. I'm not very far. You really didn't get very far into the book. I just picked it up and read a few more pages. But she has the ability to sing to snakes, and they don't harm her. And that's only as far as I've gotten. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I feel like it's going to be like a roller coaster of a book. I just know it says that her mother was the snake. She was killed by snakes or something. I don't know. But we'll see. It's just very vague. It's a very vague synopsis. But she ends up in foster care, and you know, bad things start to happen to her. And the more she runs, the worse things get, or something to that effect. So, I only read a few more pages. I'm going to get back into this. I'm probably going to maybe hope I get this finished in the next couple of days. But we'll see. Yeah, I thought it sounded interesting, so I figured I would give that one a shot. But that is what I read last week, you guys. What did you read last week? Let me know in the comments below. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.